Rise up, oh judge of the earth, give the proud what they deserve. Oh judge of the earth, how long will the evil one triumph? Full of boasting, shine forth, shine forth, rise up, the judge of the earth, you crush us in the dirt. Oh judge of the earth, they oppress your precious inheritance. Oh judge of the earth, they crush us in the dirt. Oh judge of the earth, they slay the widow and the alien, and they murder the fatherless. They say I don't see that you pay no heed. They say I don't see that you pay no heed. They say I don't see. Take heed, you senseless ones, you fools. When will you understand, you fools? Does the God who teaches man all things not know? Does he not know? The God who made the ear not hear? Does he who formed the eye not see? Does the God who disciplines nations never punish? Does he not judge? Take heed, you senseless ones, you fools. When will you understand, you fools? Does the God who teaches man all things not know? Does he not know? Does the God who made the ear not hear? Does he who formed the eye not see? Does the God who disciplines nations never punish? Does he not judge? Rise up, Oh, Jacob, descendant of my friend, for I will help you. Oh, Jacob, I'm holding you with my hand. I am with you, I'm still your Elohim. I have never cast you away, the one who called you out of darkness from the ends of the earth. I will strengthen and I will help you. I'll uphold you with my right hand. I will strengthen and I will help you, uphold you with my right hand. La 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 la. Must I remind you, I will help you, I will never cast you away. All of those who strive against you, all the mountains in your way, they will be like dust before you. The wind will blow them all away. You must fear not, O Jacob, my servant and my friend. O Jacob, O Israel, my servant and my friend. When you pass through the waters, I'll be with you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. La, la, la,
Hallelujah. That is James Block, you guys. Beautiful soul. That brother is talented. Hang on. Let me get to where I can see your chat. Tonight we're going to be talking about narcissists, you guys. Kind of left field topic. Really out of necessity and out of urgency. This is not something, it's not like a hit piece. This is not like Jonathan venting and taking his aggression out on you. No, this is Jonathan with the flying knee to the face of bullies that have abused elderly people and single moms and widows. That's what it is, right? It's me defending. Okay, so let's be really clear. What was done to me and still being done to me is, you know, it is what it is, right? I'm gonna take care of that in court in due season. But this right here, some of the things that's been happening past month or so, or even longer, but the past month or so with the two latest ones in the inner circle that actually left the ministry we're talking about. Hang on, you guys. I'm trying to get to where I can see your chat. So I was messaged by a lot of people, you guys. I was already paying attention. I was observing and monitoring because I have been for a couple of years, because I've got legal issues with this ministry that are going to be addressed. And so not just me, but a whole team, and even those on the inside of his ministry that are documenting. Yeah. You're not able to hear me? Hold on. Let me see. Am I muted? Oh, it shows my microphone on. All right. Had a little bit of technical issue trying to get into the live stream tonight. Kind of funny that I put the word out that I was going to do so. Let me adjust this a little bit. And the funny thing is, my Zoom was connected to the email from the particular ministry that we're talking about, Remnant House, that I haven't been able to change anything. I've just been able to access it, right? Because someone had control. Well, right before as I was trying to live stream, they changed the password. Luckily, I had a two-step verification. And when I pulled that up, guess whose phone number was on there? Yep. Able to bypass that and get on here. But this is the kind of deceitful, kind of under the table, dirt bag kind of things that goes on with this person, really. And I am so thankful that the ones that are, the scales are falling off, their eyes are opening, they can see what's going on. We've been praying for you guys for a long time, especially Brother Gerald and Octavia and her husband. Every time they came on, I would stop the video, put my finger on their head and pray over them. And this has been going on for a couple of years. So I was getting to the point where I was very frustrated because I see this new thing, the new scam that's going on with the cryptos. I say new. No, he got me with it even back then, but a relaunch of this thing, and all the people that is being affected by it, you guys. It's really sad. I didn't understand what I was getting involved in. First of all, me and Peter weren't exactly on the best of terms when he reached out to me to rescue me from Hawaii. When my experience has been like a 1-2 punch when it's come to narcissists. I've had to deal with a female and a male version of this spirit, right? So I went from the pot straight to the fire with these two, and was not pleasant experience. But I do believe it was for a reason that y'all allowed this to happen to me, and I've admitted that. It's all for a lesson. But in the moment when I was living through it, I didn't recognize what was going on. Matter of fact, I'd never heard the word narcissist and never even been accused of that ever in my life. That must be said. So the first time I ever hear that word is from my ex and from this guy, who like to use that word a lot, by the way, especially when it comes to people that they have a problem with. It's always the other person is a narcissist, right? So I had to go and learn what that meant and what are we talking about here, right? I didn't know what a narcissist was. And I went and looked at that. And lo and behold, line by line, every bullet point, every trait had nothing to do with me, was actually describing the other person in both cases. And so I really began to dig and start learning about what this was and how prevalent. Actually, it affects, we're talking about in a couple of mental health things here, which coincides, it makes up 3% of the population. So we're talking about 30 million people in the United States, I'm talking about, that have, you know, this particular thing, which is, you know, personality disorders. So, like I said, I've never been accused of being one in my life, never been diagnosed of having such a thing until this happened to me, right? So I was late to the game and to go and learn. And by this time, it's a mess, right? You're trying to pick up the pieces of your life when they just steamrolled right over you. So what I wanted to do, you guys, before I get started, because I was going to open this up to an open panel, and I have to do that. I have to go to some of my details here. Hold on. I'm going to post in the description. Give me a second, you guys. I'm going to post a link just in case anybody wants to come up on the panel. I'm going to present a couple of videos first, and so we can kind of get familiar with, you may be like what I was when I first encountered this, didn't even have a clue what the word meant, right? Maybe that's you. So we're going to clarify. But first, I'm going to give you my link here. Sorry, with the streaming and everything that I got opened up, my computer's running just a little bit slow. So hang tight. How you guys doing tonight? I can still see your chat over here on this iPad. We had a meeting last night, you guys, and I know it was not a lot of I didn't give you guys enough notice, and so many of you messaged me and be like, oh man, I really did not want to miss this. I got to work, this, that, the kids I'm picking up to school, because there's different time zones where everybody is, right? And so some people got a little upset, but no fear. We're going to meet more than one time. Going to be more than one meeting because I know it's a necessity. And Yah has put me in this position for a reason. All right, you guys, you should be able to refresh. But don't come on yet. Don't come on just yet, you guys. Let me go through some of these things here first. Right? So I where was I? It's so funny. I got so much open, I've lost my tab. But where am I at? There we go. Hello. Anyway, I had so many people message me and ask me to do this that I've taken the time, and in spite of everything that guys, I don't really have the time, really. So that's kind of how you can know that this must be really important. That if I'm taking the time in the middle of what I'm going through to do this, it must be very serious. And so I love Gerald and Octavia and her husband and all the other ones that are unseen because you don't have a YouTube channel or a big platform, right? Or maybe you've been canceled or something like that and you don't have a voice. You've reached out to me. You've messaged me. You've texted me. I've seen your messages. I've heard from you. And I'm quite frankly, I am still shocked. I was shocked last time when all this happened to me a couple of years ago, that I was able to find so many other victims, you guys. Going back to early 2000. The problem was I had been smeared and slandered and shade thrown on so severely, and it looked so bad that me saying anything had no bearing. In fact, one of my sisters, God bless you, Rhonda, I love you so much, but you was another one that I was praying for. Rhonda was one of those innocent victims they call the flying monkeys when it comes to narcissists. They have no idea. They're the peacemakers. They're ones that go back and forth, right? Those ones. They don't really understand what's going on, and they see this thing on the surface, right? And if somebody is concealing themselves behind a guise or a camouflage, right? They don't exactly have the perspective that you may have had being on the inside. They're just looking from another perspective. And it can be quite difficult to distinguish what is really going on, because we got two sides of the story, right? And so this sister would come to me and plead with me, you guys are brothers. And she wasn't the only one. There are many like that. And I get it. I love you guys. I love that kind of a person, because that's truly what a believer is. It's a peacemaker, right? You don't go around intentionally doing things. You try to make it better, and you don't throw fuel on the fire and, things like that. Normal person don't do things like that, right? Or manipulate behind the scenes. By the way, manipulation is technically, in all shape, in all purposes, is witchcraft. That is what witchcraft is, manipulation. Okay. I want to read to you Jeremiah 23, and this is one of the things that concerns me, because this is something we all have to deal with here in the end times. Is this right here? Woe unto the shepherds, destroying and scattering the sheep of my pasture, declares Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh, Yahuwah. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh Elohim of Israel against the shepherds who feed my people. You have scattered my flock and driven them away, and you have not attended them. See, I am punishing you for your evil deeds, declares Yahuwah. Therefore, I shall gather the remnant of my flock out of the lands where I've driven them, and shall bring them back to their fold, and they shall bear and increase. And I shall raise up shepherds over them, and they shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be discouraged, nor shall they be lacking, declares Yah. See, the days are coming, declares Yah, when I shall raise for David a branch of righteousness, and a sovereign shall reign and act wisely, and shall do right ruling and righteousness, and is in the earth, right? And I can go, we could cite so many scriptures from all of the prophets about that very thing. Scattering the sheep. Scattering the sheep. Like I said, I was shocked at the number of people that that had messaged me. I knew that things were going south, because I could tell from week to week there were different people in the chat, and most of the main ones were gone, but I didn't exactly know what was happening. I didn't have contact with them then, but when they did come forward, I was right there and believed every word they said, even though they were slandered and called names. Because you see, that's what a narcissist does. And we're going to learn that in just a moment from professionals. This is not from Jonathan, because I don't have a degree to diagnose someone, but I do have access to people that do, right? So we're going to look at some of this and see, especially you, that have had firsthand knowledge with the guy. And we're going to go down the list and see. Now, this can apply to marriages, just like what happened with me, but also close friends, work environment, bosses, anything like that. You've probably come across this same spirit as what we're about to look at here. Let me start with this one. This is one of my favorite ones, and this lady was kind of where I went initially to learn. Another one was a lawyer who's actually professional and professional narcissist investigator, and I forgot we'll look at her videos, what she calls herself. It's quite fascinating. She's been studying narcissists for a long time in her career, and she's seen thousands as examples in litigation and in divorces, and some of the most common behaviors that take place there. Or actually, I didn't realize until I was neck deep in it myself. So let's take a look at this first one, and we'll go from there. I'm going to change the speed on that just in case she has it.
In today's video, we are talking about the dangerous female narcissist and sociopath, and some of the top signs you may be dealing with one. This is an incredibly important topic for anyone who thinks they may have one of these women involved in their life in any capacity, because when we are talking about the highest spectrum malignant narcissists and sociopaths, they can become extremely dangerous and destructive towards someone at the drop of a hat. So it's critically important to know the signs of this type of woman so that you can identify them and get away from them in the fastest way possible.
Folks, let me just say here, she says woman because, I mean, she's dealing with a female spouse. It's not limited to a female. Just know that. This same spirit can go male or female, and it has different kind of characteristics with each. Males are more extroverts. Females are more introverts and more what they call covert, okay?
Without alarming them to the fact that you are becoming aware of who and what they are. But first, if you are new to this channel, I'd like to take a moment and welcome you and invite you to please subscribe and be sure and hit that notification bell because I put out new videos every week. Also, if you are interested in private one-on-one narcissistic abuse recovery coaching with me, please visit my website. It's linked in the description below. First, let's explain and define exactly what a malignant narcissist and sociopath are. When we are talking about this dangerous personality type, we are talking about people who possess three different parts to their personality disorder. So let's explain these three distinctive parts. The first part of their personality disorder is narcissistic personality disorder. So they will have the addiction to narcissistic supply and the addiction to feeling special. Next, the second part of the personality disorder is technically called antisocial personality disorder, or as it's referred to by many, sociopathy or psychopathy. And this means they do not have a functioning conscience. These are people who truly do not experience feelings of empathy, compassion for others, shame, guilt, regret, or remorse. So these are people who do not have any internal moral compass as normal people do, and certainly highly empathetic people do, which are usually the ones that these people target. So they have no internal moral compass that keeps their behavior honorable. They do not feel those emotions. And the third part of the personality disorder is called Machiavellianism. And this is the part of the personality disorder that is extremely manipulative, cunning, and sadistic, which means these people can gain great satisfaction and gratification from the suffering and destruction of other people, especially if they feel you have crossed them or disrespected them in some manner. So clearly, when you take the fact that they do not have any feelings of guilt, remorse, regret, with the fact that they are sadistic individuals, then you must conclude these people have and will execute extremely dangerous, exploitative, and destructive behaviors given the opportunity. So what we must do is remove them from our lives so they don't have the opportunity to do something horrible to us. So now let's talk about some of the very common signs that will alert you if you have one of these extremely dangerous women involved in your life. One of the first signs you will see is that these women are extremely competitive. These women have a burning desire to be the best at anything that can be judged in her life. So it could be that she wants to be viewed as the most beautiful woman compared to the other women involved in her life.
Again, I gotta say, this is not limited to women. She is speaking about a dangerous female. That's the subject. This goes for male and female. It doesn't care the gender.
Or it could be that she wants to be viewed as the most intellectual, or to be viewed as the most wealthy and rich woman in her community. Essentially anything that she values as important, she will want to be viewed as the winner of that particular thing. And it also could be many things that she wants to be viewed as the best at. So what happens if in her mind someone else is being viewed as the best at something she wants, or the winner for a particular situation? What happens to the people that she views as better than her? This usually means that she will start trying to methodically and calculatingly dismantle and destroy the person's life she views in this manner. So it's not uncommon for her to start a nasty smear campaign where she attempts to just absolutely destroy this person's reputation. She may try to undermine or lie about this person's accomplishments, insinuating that this person has done something underhanded or even illegal to get to the position he or she is in. Basically, she will stop at nothing to ruin this person's status so that she can step in and be viewed as the best or the winner. Nothing is more important to these dangerous women.
All the above. All the above. And many of you have witnessed it. And I have been bound, and because of, my lawyer will not let me speak about this until I'm through it in court. But I've had to endure nonstop just trashing me with basically lies. We have the discovery. The things that I've been accused of is not in that discovery. Especially the way it's being described, what's been done on, the website with my name. Nothing there is true at all. It's all embellished, it's all lies and twisted to make me look as bad as possible. It's called smear campaign, right? And it's only when we get into court is all this sorted out. But in the meantime, the 3 years that I've been fighting it in court, well, it just erodes Jonathan. That's the whole point, to destroy me financially, to anybody that goes through something like that, to destroy your credibility, destroy you in your job, in your family, in every way possible.
Than winning. And because she has no conscience, she is capable of doing horrible things to anyone she views as competition. Next, these dangerous women are consumed and obsessed with their appearance. They are completely superficial, and they love to have very lavish material things. These women have no substance. They have no true identity, and their priorities will not be focused on things that most people truly value, like their relationships, their family, or the well-being of their children. These women aren't concerned about those things in the least, unless, of course, they see some inherent value in it for themselves. So these women are the definition of high maintenance. They will be consumed with acquiring material things, and they want to make sure that they have things that are viewed as better than anyone else that they know. They are also usually consumed with their status. They are typically flashy and usually will use their sexuality to their advantage. So it's not uncommon for these.
By the way, this needs to be said. This is not typical of every female or male malignant, right? There is a spectrum, okay? The very overt ones are probably going to be the very superficial and, the one more concerned about, Botox injections and things like that. The more covert ones, not so much, okay? Matter of fact, most of the time it's poor, pitiful me, innocent me, the victim me, right? So it goes from bully to victim and everything in between. Okay.
Women to dress in provocative manner. It's not uncommon for them to flirt with someone else's spouse or partner in an effort to get something from them that they want. Many times, these women will be serial cheaters. They do not have a loyal bone in their body, and they are absolute opportunists. They have no problem exploiting and taking advantage of anyone or any situation. And by the way, this includes their own children. When I say they are loyal to no one, I do mean no one but themselves and their own objectives. No one is truly safe around a woman like this. Another very common trait of this type of dangerous female narcissist is that she will have a complete and utter disregard for the boundaries of others, including her intimate relationships. She loves to try and triangulate and pit people against each other. Many times she will keep her old boyfriends around and maintain inappropriate closeness with her exes. Usually this is to try and triangulate her current partner against an old flame. Again, this woman.
All right, so that's kind of one. I'm gonna move on to another that I've been watching. This is Barbara. Barbara is another really good. I love these experts that you have access to from the medical field. Not even that, lawyers as well that will post their stuff online to kind of help some of the victims out that don't have a clue of what is going on or why it's going on. Here's another one. We'll just listen to a little bit of what she's got to say, and then I got some stuff I want to show you.
Narcissist is thrown around a lot these days, and it's kind of used to describe people who have any sort of narcissistic traits or somebody we think brags too much, but it's actually a diagnosable personality disorder that somewhere around 10% of the population have. And there's a form called covert narcissist, which is very unrecognized. Even professionals sometimes have a hard time spotting a covert narcissist. So I'm going to dive into the traits of a covert narcissist and sort of what to keep an eye out for, because these relationships can be very damaging. And if it is what you're dealing with, if you are dealing with a covert narcissist, it's super important to know that, to understand a little bit the mind of a narcissist, so you can figure out the best way to function and move forward without being harmed by the relationship. So what's a covert narcissist versus a regular narcissist? So what I first want to say is that both fully meet the criteria that's in the DSM-5, which is the diagnostic manual that psychotherapists, psychologists use to diagnose people. So even if somebody is a covert narcissist, they match the criteria. So in general, for somebody to qualify as a narcissist, they lack empathy. They have an overblown sense of entitlement. Usually relationships are pretty superficial. They can take advantage of others for their own personal gain. They might hyper-focus on kind of fantasies of grandeur. And in general, there's a resistance to acknowledge that I'm the problem in any way. So again, these are shared by covert and overt narcissists. The difference is not so much in terms of how they think, but how they manifest. The word covert means hidden or secret. So the covert narcissist tends to present in a more subtle manner, in a more introverted manner. In fact, many covert narcissists actually are introverts. The overt narcissist might come off as like huge braggadocio and loudly and verbally self-absorbed.
That's what I like about her. She really gets into the whole spectrum of this thing, you guys, which I believe personally has a very strong spiritual connection. I really do.
Whereas the covert narcissist might be this